Welcome to the MYP Podcast, where our goal is to know, be known, and contribute. Hey guys, Jessica Prater. I have a fantastic guest here today. Our guest is going to be Cristin Wittwer, who is from Waffle House, but she also serves as our professional development chair. We're going to flip the tables today, and Cristin is going to get interviewed for us. We're going to talk about the best advice that she's received, and I know you guys are going to resonate with this advice because I think it's very timely for the times that we're living in right now. She is also going to talk about her perspective from her industry. If you're somebody that's looking for a job or you're looking to make a career move, you're definitely going to want to watch this video because she's going to give some insider tips on how to find your next job or promotion. Again, welcome our guest, Cristin Wittwer. All right, Cristin, thank you for being our guest this morning.
Oh, yay.
We're going to flip it around, and rather than, you and I both doing the interviewing, I'm actually going to interview you and ask you some of these questions that we've been asking our guests. So are you ready to go?
Ready.
All right. So first of all, how did you come about joining MYP?
So I joined MYP because I was looking for a way to get connected in the community. A lot of the way I go about recruiting is grassroots. So I needed to find a way to get the word out about Waffle House career opportunities. And I didn't really know a lot of people. I'm not originally from Tennessee. I'm from New Jersey. So when I heard about MYP, not only was it a group of professionals that are in the know, but they also wanted to give their time and volunteer. And that was something really important to me too. I love the fact that everyone's trying to grow together and develop professionally while contributing to the community. And I thought that was great. So when I first joined, I immediately joined the Community Outreach Committee, and I was very involved with them. We are actually, my very first year, we came up with an event where Waffle House was tied in, and we did a toy drive for the Boys and Girls Club, and it's turned into an annual thing, and we've doubled the amount of toys we've been able to get every year. It's really exciting. So I just really love being a part of that. And I was asked to join the board. I was a board member at large for 2 years. And then it was time to dig in and take over a chair. So this year I became the professional development chair. And it's been interesting. It started off strong. I was really excited about it and still am. We had to pivot and figure out another way to develop, our membership. So here we are.
Yeah, and I have to say that toy drive has always been one of my favorite memories. What a lot of people don't realize is that MYP does a really good job in involving all of our families. And I will never forget the year that I brought my son to the toy drive, and he brought his little toy with him, and everybody was so welcoming. And as a mom that finds it really important to make sure that I'm integrating my son in my career, it was really cool to have MYP folks all come up, shake my little 2-year-old's hand, which was precious. So I love that you guys have done that, and thank you for that. Tell me a little bit about the best advice, career advice that you've ever received.
Okay, so I've had a lot of things that have helped me through different times, but I think one of my favorites was bloom where you're planted. I even have like a picture, it's right next to me, that I bought. It says bloom where you're planted as a reminder, because I feel like you're not always going to be at the spot you feel like you want to be or you deserve to be in your career, but you still have to be the best version of where you're at that you can be. You don't get things in life by having a bad attitude. And so I really think blooming where you're planted, just if you are entry level and you want to move up in the company, be the best entry level person that you possibly can be, and then it'll happen organically. Be the obvious choice for the next role.
Yeah, absolutely. And along that string of thought with bloom where you've planted, you're in the restaurant industry, which we know has been significantly impacted by COVID-19.
Mm-hmm.
What have been some new opportunities, some new skills that you've grown through this pandemic? I know we a lot of times don't think about the positives that the pandemic has brought, but have you seen any skills or things that you've been able to grow through the challenge of the last 6 months?
Yeah, I think just really clinging to that positive mindset. Things were crazy for a little while for a lot of different restaurant concepts. Fortunately, Waffle House, being a debt-free company, has been able to bounce back a lot more quickly than a lot of other concepts. And I've just learned to come back and roll with the punches, adapt quickly, and have some grit, because things did change quite a bit, and they are changing, and we're having to keep up with a lot of guidelines and making sure everyone stays safe. So being adaptable and being able to do that quickly is something I've had to brush up on since I've been back, for sure. And also kind of exploring new ways of recruiting. Again, we were primarily grassroots, so word of mouth, no advertising. It's all about connections and referrals. And now we're kind of pivoting just a tad bit to, be a little more virtual and have an online presence.
Yeah, I love that. So interestingly enough, right now with unemployment claims, we've seen for, I think, the third week in a row, new unemployment claims for the state of Tennessee has been on an uptick. And you and I are both in the HR field. And I think what's really interesting is early on in the pandemic, a lot of folks were entry level, who were losing their jobs. Now we're seeing a lot of folks that are mid-level management, probably a lot of people in the MYP organization. We will have some people that will experience job loss. We might have people that are looking for a new career, a new opportunity right now. I think it's great that we have you on as a guest, because you are the front line of who is recruiting for a national organization here in the Middle Tennessee area. So talk to us a little bit about some tips that you might have for your industry, especially thinking about folks in the MYP group that might be looking at interviewing, recruiting, that type of world right now.
Yeah, I think the first thing that I would say is to keep an open mind. When I hire people, I definitely look at skill sets. I look for leadership skills, people that love people. So that can translate from a lot of different industries. I have actually not hired very many people that have a ton of restaurant experience. I've hired people that have had a military background. I've hired people who are in police work. I've hired people that were in ministry. So kind of all over the map with different experiences. So just, kind of keep an open mind and look into other options, for your skill sets can translate. Another thing would be is to grow your network. I'm biased at that because of my grassroots method, but at the same time, it's worked for me, because almost every position I've had in life is because someone referred to me that job, or recruited me, or knew me and thought that would be a good fit for me. So expand your network and get others involved in your career search. And if there is a company that you have your eye on, number one, make sure that their culture and their values align with yours, and that they are just as much a good fit for you and your family as you are for them. But also kind of build your network of people that work in that company, and really ask them, like, what do you think of this company? How do they treat you? How are the benefits? What's the culture? What's the vibe? So getting to know someone, that could be very helpful to you. And reaching out to them, just letting them know, like, hey, this is who I am, and this is what I'm looking for, and this is what I can add to the company.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love that idea of building your network. It's kind of like a bank account. We build our network for difficult times. We build our network for not just when times are good, but when times are bad. If we've invested in the time to build our network, then we have people that we can reach out to whenever times are difficult. And I know for me, especially, MYP has been a great organization to build that network. And so certainly if you're watching this and you're not part of MYP, we have a great group for you to get connected in for folks that are in the age 20 to 40 demographic. And so last parting thoughts, how can folks, well, I'll ask this, Cristin, if folks want to get involved, particularly with professional development right now, what might be a way that they can get involved with our committee?
So they can definitely, just reach out to me. I'm definitely open to connecting with anyone on LinkedIn. You can find me there, or we can make my email address available in this post too. So definitely reach out to me. But For the cost of MYP, like, you're really not going to find anything better. I have grown so much in the past 4 years just because I've been so supported by the people in this group that just, they have nothing to do with Waffle House. They have nothing to do with, my career, HR, or recruiting, because they're in completely different industries, but they just support me and want to see me do well, and they want to see me succeed. And surround yourself with people like that, and come join me and help us, better each other. So I hope that they would like to get involved. And if it's not professional development, we have community outreach committees, we have the membership committee. There's a lot of different ways to get connected. So they can either go on the website, which is myprofessionals.org, or they can follow us on Facebook as well.
All right. Thanks, Cristin, for being here with us today. And thank you for sharing all your advice and wisdom.
Thank you. Thanks, Jessica.
Thanks, Cristin, for being with us today. I appreciate all that advice that you shared with us. If you are an MYP member and are interested in being interviewed for this series, please reach out to Cristin or myself. If you're not an MYP member, I hope you will consider joining us. Again, we are a group for Murfreesboro, Tennessee young professionals aged 20 to 40. We would love to have you join us. Things look really different right now with COVID-19, but we are still adding value to our members and continuing to find new ways to know, be known, and contribute. I hope you have a great week. Want to learn more about Murfreesboro Young Professionals? Visit our website, murfreesboroyp.org, or find us on Facebook under Murfreesboro Young Professionals.